Hi, I'm Crochet with the Shrew. Welcome back to my crochet channel. Hi, welcome back. So we do tons of crochet things here. This week's video, you're going to be coming along with me as I prep and get ready for a in-person marketplace, which means I'm going to be having a small little section in a store to sell my plushies, and it's actually in a nearby mall. And I'm so excited. If you're interested in following along on my small business crochet journey, definitely subscribe and let's get into it. This week's video is going to be so exciting because I am officially doing my first in-person kind of marketplace. So this isn't a market, it's like a little section in a store where they'll be keeping my plushies and people can go buy it. And yeah, I am just so excited. Essentially how it works is that this is a store that hosts a bunch of different small businesses. So the whole store is just different small businesses, and they have different sections for each person, and you essentially can pick the spot that you want and then have your items there. So for me, I'll be having plushies. I picked a spot that is slightly on the cheaper end just to start off and see if I want to continue. And also there wasn't as much availability by the time I applied because I was definitely late in the process, which is why we are in a rush. But I'm picking a upper shelf and the width is about 25 to 28 inches. So it's not too big. It's this much space. And then the height is quite a bit bigger. So I need to think about what would fit in that space the best. So I've been going through ideas, and then since it's on the upper shelf, having small plushies is a little bit more complicated because it'll be tough for people to kind of put things back in a way where the display would still look nice. They manage so many aspects of it. Obviously I don't have to do as much as opening my own store. So this is a really fun way to experience that without, even also having to be there. They have someone in the store that's managing and taking the handling all the customers and everything. So yeah, this is a very, very cool thing. I've been seeing the store for a while and I was always oh, what if I applied? I don't know if I would get accepted, whatever. So this is so exciting. In this video, we're going to be prepping. I want to make a couple of items, which may, surprise, surprise, come out with a new pattern from that. And I also have a bunch of existing plushies from my old markets and just items that I've made. So I might want to see kind of what from that set would fit in, because ideally I would like to get that off my hands. I have a ton of plushies that I would want to sell, but I will probably be pretty mindful of maintaining the aesthetic of it. So I don't want to fit in plushies just because I have them if they don't fit in the aesthetic, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm so excited about this marketplace, and I probably already explained a little bit about it, so I'll just get into kind of what I've been working on. So yesterday I spent a lot of time kind of sourcing some more information. So I was looking into the spot, the store, how it works, all of those things. I have some yarn that I got specifically for that. I'm thinking maybe a bunny in these colors would be cute. And then I also have a brown that might make a teddy bear, and I'm thinking a sitting bunny and a sitting teddy bear would be cute, and I haven't seen that many sitting patterns, so that could be fun. I haven't really decided because I do also have a lot of existing market stock, so I brought a bunch of those plushies from my parents' house here to kind of take a closer look at and see what might be the best, because I want it to be very aesthetic. But if I use plushies I already have, it might not necessarily be a theme, or for example, I have love cats that I feel would be really cute to sell, but they're burlap blanket, and then it might not go with the rest of my plushies that are more the regular chenille yarn and not blanket yarn. So those are the things I'm debating. I don't know how particular I want to be about this, and I never spiral, but I feel I am spiraling a little bit about this just because I want it to be so nice. But yeah, if you have ideas, definitely let me know, because once I have my items there, if they sell, I can obviously restock. So any ideas would be super, super helpful if you think what would be a better fit for the space. So I've been crocheting for a little bit, and I wanted to show you what I've been working on. So I am working on a bunny, and it doesn't look like much right now. Yeah, but I was thinking that kind of bigger size plushies that could sit would be really cute, kind of my Case of the Gamer pattern. And I thought that would be nice because people could kind of lift them off the upper shelf and then put them back. And it would sit easily, and it's not gonna keep falling over and stuff like that, like a standing plushie would. And even if I did want to have little supports in the back, it would be easier for people to rest it on them. So that was kind of the idea. So this is kind of the base, and then it's gonna have little feet, and it'll just sit because, as you can see, it's a pretty nice base, and the feet will kind of be in the front as if it's sitting. And then it's going to have a pink hoodie, which I'm really excited about. And then I'm trying to think if I should I think I will have the hoodie have, I guess, gaps for the ears to go through. I need to think about how I'm going to make that, but yeah, I feel like this would be a really cute pattern, and then I think I might expand it to be like different animals as well. Like a teddy bear would be really cute. Not sure what else, but yeah, this is something that I think I might make a few of this style. I don't know how many to, because I just like don't have that much space also. Like it's just this much. I have this made, and I also ordered something. It's basically like a little shelf, and it has a backing, and then it has rows and columns, and you can put like one plushie, what I was thinking, in each little cubby, essentially, like cubbies. It's like a cubby, and that way like people can like kind of even like put in the item hurriedly, and it would still have its own spot and it wouldn't like fall at the back like a regular kind of shelf without a backing would. So I thought that would be perfect for keeping some small items, because I did want small items. I have so many cute small items, and I would think about what I would put in there, but I have all of these like mini velvet ones that I made for the mini velvet challenge that I think are really cute and could be fun, and I would probably just do the same pricing for all of them, and then people could like pick and choose which ones they like. So that's one idea that I had. And then the other thing that I do have is a jumbo sunflower turtle that is like very signature to my store. So ideally I would be able to put that, but I just like don't know if it'll fit. So I want to take that with me and then see if I can fit into the display, maybe in the back, something like that. And then if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. And then I would be able to have a couple of these. So I'm thinking, if in terms of the screen, that the little shelf would go from like here to here. And then see, we have one, like what, you're only able to fit like maybe two more other types of plushies. I also have some loaf cats that I could use. So yeah, I need to like figure out how I can set up some sort of space in my house so I can visualize this, because I'm a very visual person. I cannot think about this in my head. But yeah, I'm going to keep crocheting and I'll come back with another update. I am so excited to see how this bunny turns out. I have actually not made very many bunnies. I think I've made like maybe one or two a while ago, and they were, I feel like, didn't turn out amazing. They were just like kind of random patterns that I found, and they weren't like the type of bunny I was looking for. It was like something that someone ordered. So it's always fun to make your own pattern because it's like exactly what you're visualizing. But yeah, I'm super excited. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, ignore all the mess behind me, but we're going to be doing a little unboxing. I have two packages. I'm going to open them up real quick. Well, this was very underwhelming. These are all things that my husband bought for tennis, like strings and stuff. Let's open the second box, which will hopefully be for me. I ordered like some shelf little thing for the marketplace. God, lame. Protein powder. Okay, failed unboxing. Let me see. I thought I for sure that they were delivered. Let me quickly check. It's possible that my building just hasn't like processed it yet, like put it under my name. So maybe I'll just continue crocheting. I did make a little bit of progress. We have the majority of the body done. I don't know why it looks so much. Yeah, there we go. This is like the true color. There we go. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna start doing the head now. So my vision is kind of like a nice little bunny head and then some pretty long ears, and then we'll have the hood. So I'm super excited about this. We will see how it turns out. But yeah, I'm using Premier Parfait Plush, so it's a little bit bigger. I'm kind of doing a similar base as my Queso the Gamer pattern, which is this guy, because I really like how he sits, but it's going to be a little bit different. Like obviously the head will be a little bit bigger, things like that, but this is kind of the idea that I had in mind because I love how this one turned out. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep working. Okay, it is Monday evening. It is like 9:30 p.m. and I just finished like work, commuting back, showering, eating dinner, all those things. So yeah, definitely don't have much time today, and I am extremely stressed now because I have a couple of things that I want to do for the marketplace. I really need to finalize what items I'm going to be making because I need to let them know by tomorrow 5 p.m., which, because I have work, basically means I need to decide tonight and update the sheet. I have I've already made a list of things that I want to take, and I figured that I could play it safe and essentially put down more items than I may end up placing, like actually putting in the marketplace, because at least that way like we'll have labels for them, and then once I sell other stock I could put those items up so it wouldn't be a waste. Yeah, that was kind of the idea that I had, but I did actually end up getting another spot in the in-person marketplace. I also got a cubby, because I was just like not vibing with the upper shelf. Like I just didn't think that it would be the best way to sell my plushies, and I was like, how am I gonna fit anything there? Like it just like wasn't mentally fitting in. So I am really happy that I got this cubby because I think it'll be way easier to have like a little tiered shelf in the cubby, with a bunch of small items that people would easily be able to purchase, and they're not like a super high price point. So I think that would be the best just for maximizing on getting like the number of sales, because I just think that with some of the bigger items, like I don't know if people are going to pay that much for a plushie. Like on Etsy, when you order online, it's a little bit different because people go in with the intention of being like, I'm going to pay this amount, or like I'm willing to pay this amount to get like a handmade item. But I think if you're just shopping in the mall, you don't really have that intention. You're like, okay, I'm trying to get like a little something, like something that's not super expensive. What can I get? So yeah, that's the kind of the idea I was thinking. So far I put my jumbo sunflower turtle, which is definitely unlikely, but I did put that down. And then I have pocket plushies, which are just going to be small items. I put 15 of those because I put 15 of those for now. I have a ton of them, as you can see behind me. But ideally I would build out the little like display things that I've ordered and then see how many fit on them, but I haven't gotten all of them yet. So yeah, as you can see, that's kind of my problem. And then for medium-sized plushies, so I wanted like these for the upper shelves. So I'm making the bunny right now. Like that's what I was working on yesterday. And then I actually realized I was in the middle of like a mid-sized penguin a while ago. So I'm going to finish that, make a pattern for that as well, hopefully. And then also do a teddy bear. So those are going to be the 3 medium-sized plushies that I want to make. So I have that down on this list. And then I have loaf cats, and I have the loaf cats in here because I've already made some loaf cats, and they're also really nice and like stackable. So it could be good on the upper shelf because they can like balance each other. They don't really need like stands and things like that. The other thing is that I realized that's going to be like Mother's Day pretty soon after I set up. So it could be really nice to have some of the like flower pots that I've made before. Those are super cute. They do take me a while. So yeah, I'm thinking about whether or not I should add that into my inventory, and if so, how many. Like you see my problem. Like it is, I think kind of, I'm having like decision fatigue, or like, I don't know. I'm never like this. Normally I'm really decisive. I just think that I want it to be perfect. So I'm like all over the place. I did bring a bunch of stuffing from my parents' house so I can like actually finish items. And then I brought a bunch more yarn, and I also brought a bunch of plushies that I had in my like market stock, so I can go through those again and then see if there's anything that I want to take as is. Then I don't need to make them. But yeah, I feel like I just need to decide and then just get crocheting because I only have a few more days left. I'm going to be setting up on Friday. It's Monday evening already, which means I have Tuesday evening, and tomorrow I have a dance thing. I also like to dance. So I have that after work. So tomorrow's going to be tight. On Wednesday, I have a work social after work. So that's also going to be tight. I think I'm going to get home really late. And then I have Thursday. So help. And then I don't know why I did this, but I was like working on like an order that I had instead of like working on this marketplace. But this is like a little red cat that I'm working on. It's going to be like a phoenix cat. But yeah, I honestly don't know where to start, and I need to do my nails. I don't know when that's going to be done, and like I have other like household tasks to do. And honestly, I'm doing work on the side. So, okay, I'm going to grab the plushies that I brought. Let's go through them and then see if I can come up with a better plan. Okay, so here is one of the bins that I brought, and I did actually get some stands with me that I had from my marketplace. I don't love these. I feel like the acrylic idea is cool, but then I think it just like looks like slightly cheaper than the wooden ones. And honestly, they are pretty flimsy, which is probably what gives me that impression. But the nice thing is I at least have them so I can like set it up and see what would fit on it. Which is, I think, one of my other main problems right now is that I just like don't know what my display is going to look like. So one thing that I was thinking about is these love cats. They are super cute, very stackable. would be really nice. Every time I see them, I think I get reconvinced. And then when I'm not looking at them, I'm like, oh, like how cute are they really? And also since they're a different type of yarn, like I just wasn't sure if it's like a cohesive vision for my overall business, since I typically use more like Premier Parfait, not Bernette Blanket. Okay, honestly, this one is super cute. I should just include this one. Yeah, I feel like this one is really cute. I might just need to sew the head on a little bit better because I think it got tossed around in here too much for too long, but it's a really cute ice cream sundae turtle. I have this priced at $50, which might be a high price point, but I think this would look really cute on the shelf like this and would be an instant eye grabber, which is great. One item done. So I'm going to go ahead and put the yeses over here. Okay, and then the loaf cat is going to be a maybe. Okay, the other one that I was thinking about are these pickles. Like pickles in a jar. I feel like they're really fun and I do like them, but I don't know if it matches the vibe for what I'm going for and if I'll have enough space. But also they can be like literally piled up in a corner. But then how do people get them down? Yeah, I think I might skip the pickles for now. No pickles. Okay, the other thing I have a ton of are these axolotls. And while I do have a ton of them, I have the problem with these of like, I'm not sure how I'll display them, but I'm just going to see how many I have because if I have enough for like one row on a tiered shelf, that could be a cute idea. These are like with the color changing yarn and I did like a challenge of like how many can I make. Okay, I have so many. Okay. So, okay, yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 of these. And then this is a different color, so I feel like I maybe shouldn't take this one. I might. Okay, I'm gonna put that there for now in the yes pile. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I have a purple axolotl, but kind of different than the other stuff. I'll leave it out for now. Okay, this is another cute one. I've had this for a while. I don't know why, because I think it's super cute, but it's essentially like a frog on a cloud, and it just sits like that, and it has like a little base that you can use to like take it out, put it back in easily enough, and it is very fun because you can like pose it in different ways, but I've taken it to many markets and it's never sold, and it's a pretty different material also, so I think for this time, since I'm going for a cohesive vision, I will not go with that one for now. Okay, and then I have this froggy, which could be cute sitting off the shelf, but I think they don't want things hanging off the shelf, and I think that this is kind of like a weird in-between size, and I only have one, so that one will be a no as well. I have keychains, but I don't really have a keychain set up, and they didn't want a rotating one, so that's also a no. But I have a couple, I think, of small kind of... I have some of these gummy bears on a keychain. And then, I mean, I have a bunch on my couch that are not with the keychain. But I feel like with the keychain, it's kind of useful. I have these stress balls, which I really like, but at markets, I can tell people, like, hey, the ball doesn't last forever. And if you put, like, you know, if you, like, squish it really hard with your nail, it'll, like, pop. And since I won't be able to tell people that, and they might not read signs, I don't know if I want to sell those. Oh, I have this, like, cute little birdie. These are, like, one of my favorite, like, pocket animals. I think that this one will be a yes, and maybe this one as well. Maybe this little guy. This is kind of making me miss markets because they're so like, there's so much more like free for all, like do whatever type vibes. I have this little birdie. These items are really random. I really want it to be cohesive, so that's what I'm like not sure about. Like I also have this little chickie, which is super cute, but I don't want to have just like one, you know. It like pops. Super fun, super cute, but okay. So that's it for that. And then I have another huge bag here that I'm going to open up. The jumbo sunflower turtle, which is literally the size of this whole box. And this guy actually needs to be like refurbished a little. I made him when I was like first making sunflower turtles, and this yarn I think was slightly thinner than the green color that I was using for whatever reason. So there are some gaps. I feel like you can't really tell, like you can tell here, see? So I do have the yarn, so I'm thinking about reinforcing this, maybe sewing on the head a little bit more so it's less floppy. Yeah, there are some things that I have in mind. The main problem with this guy is he is humongo, so he would take up a good amount of space on the inventory, like of my shelf. So I just like don't even know if there's space for him. So I'm like, do I invest time in setting him up? I don't know. But he is super cute. I love his colors, love him. He is beautiful. Okay. Next, I got some yarn for the teddy bear that I was talking about. Some purple in case I need it. And then we have a few more plushies. I have this really cute little orange, which also sits, but again, kind of a random item. I'm going to put it in the guest for now just because I think it's really cute. Okay, next I have this cow, which is kind of a similar theme as the cat, the loaf cat. Like it's the same yarn. So this could be like a cute little set, which I didn't actually think about. But maybe I could display them together. I'll put them both in the maybe just to... Okay, and then I have this guy who is, again, very cute. It's an axolotl, but I just don't know how I'm going to display him on a shelf because on a sideways shelf, he would just look like this. And I feel like his ideal state would kind of be like a diagonal or something, or like kind of lifted so you could see him and not just like the back of him. But yeah, he is cute. I guess I could put him theoretically like just like flat like this on the shelf. Kind of like that. I don't know. I'm gonna go that in the maybe as well. Okay, and then we have one more loaf cat. So I don't have too many loaf cats, just two. So this is the other loaf cat. I really like this one, I think. That would probably sell if I had it. So potentially I would have, but then the color is just kind of dark. So not as like bright as I was kind of thinking. So that's going to go in the maybe as well. But okay, that was honestly super helpful to go through. I kind of have a better sense of what I have. I'm going to brainstorm a little and I will be back. I have some updates that are good news for me, but and that I have for the area. I have this little shelf and I also ordered a white one that I might end up using instead. And then I fit a bunch of these tiny little axolotls in here that I already had. And then this ice cream sundae turtle and orange. This is the bunny that's partially done. And then in the background will be the jumbo sunflower turtle. And I'm not sure if I'll actually put the jumbo sunflower turtle in. If it looks too busy, I might not. But I do feel like that will be about how much space I have. And then for the minis, I have them over here. So I'm going to probably have a different stand for this as well. I ordered a white one. Just not like they actually have a theme that they want us to follow. So I want to stick to that as much as possible. So I'll try and put a bunch of these items on that little, like, also it's like a tier kind of thing. And then I do have this little basket full of keychains. It doesn't really fit the theme is the only thing since it's like a metal basket. So I might include that, might not. I might see depending on how the setup turns out or if I think I should order something for that. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far, which is great. There's a couple of different things I need to work on for these items. Like I want to make sure they're all sell ready. So I'm going to go through them really quick and then make a list of the ones that need any touch-ups. Because, for example, the jumbo sunflower turtle, like I mentioned, needs a little bit. And then this guy, he's kind of like leaning onto the head, which is fine. But I'm going to like reinforce the head a little bit back into the body so that it looks like that's on purpose and not like it just like is tipping over. Because like I feel like it feels like it should be like this, not like that. So I'm just going to like lower it and push it down so it's a little bit like that. And then I, of course, need to finish the bunny. And yeah. Lots to do, but I definitely saved myself some time by checking what I have. I really think that this ice cream sundae turtle is so cute, and so is the orange. They're items that I really, really like, so I'm glad about that. I feel like the axolotls are not as cute as I would have maybe liked, just because I think they look better in like the Premier yarn than in Bernette Blanket, but they are really nice, and I like that they're in the like changing colors scheme, so there's different ones in case people want more than one. I feel like that's really fun, and yeah, that's it for now. Okay, that's actually going to be it for this video because it just ended up a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to have a part 2 where I finish up the items, I do the actual setup in the store and all of the good stuff. So definitely follow along, subscribe if you want to see part 2, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.